सॉरी प्रभु, आई थिंक सम इशू विद माय लैपटॉप, तो मैंने अपने फोन से ज्वाइन किया अभी। आई होप मैं ऑडिबल हूँ प्रभु।
यस प्रभु जी।
यस, सॉरी 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 फॉर दैट। प्रभु, कौन सा लैंग्वेज रहेगा? आई मीन इंग्लिश, हिंदी, कौन?
प्रभु जी जो भी मतलब हिंदी ज्यादा बेटर है, मतलब ज्यादा मतलब सुटेबल रहेगा, बट जो आप प्रेफर करें।
अच्छा। ठीक है। एंड स्क्रीन शेयरिंग कोई करेगा प्रभु, या मुझे करना है?
यस प्रभु जी, हम कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा।
अच्छा, हियर
एंड
प्रभु इज डूइंग।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। सो ऑल ऑफ देम आर प्रभु फर्स्ट ईयर, और आई मीन हाउ इज इट?
प्रभु जी अलग अलग बैकग्राउंड है, कुछ प्रभु जी यहाँ पे मतलब मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड से भी हैं, कुछ मतलब इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड, कुछ एमबीए, सो ग्रेजुएशन सारे मिक्स है मतलब।
Okay. Thank you. So, thank you everyone for joining. It's my great a pleasure to be here among all of you. And let's discuss this shloka today. uh, for Canto 1, Chapter 8, verse number 12. It's a very special verse. Uh, and let's recite first. Karmanya asmin anasvase धूमात्मनां भवान् आपायायाति गोविन्द पादपद्मासवां मधु. So word to word, maybe you can move forward. We can read the translation. We have just begun. We have just begun performing. We have just begun to the performance of this fruitive activity, a sacrificial fire, without certainty of its result. Due to the many imperfections in our actions, our bodies have become blackened from the smoke. But we are factually pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, Govinda, which you are distributing. So, purport: the sacrificial fire kindled by the sages of Naimisharanya was certainly full of the smoke and doubts because of so many faults. The first flaw is that there is an acute scarcity of expert brahmanas able to carry out such a performance successfully in the age of Kali. Any discrepancy in such sacrificial sacrifices spoil the whole show, and the result is uncertain, like agriculture enterprises. The good result of tilling the paddy field depends on providential rain, and therefore the result is uncertain. Similarly, performance of any kinds of sacrifice in this age of Kali is also uncertain. Unscrupulous, greedy Brahmanas of the age of Kali influence the innocent public to such uncertain sacrificial show without disclosing the scriptural injunction that in the age of Kali there is no fruitful sacrificial performance but the sacrifice of the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Sut Goswami was narrating the transcendental activities of the Lord before the congregations of the sages, and they were factually perceiving the result of hearing these transcendental activities. One can feel this practically, as one can feel the result of eating food. Spiritual realization acts in that way. So, first we'll discuss this and we'll start with the prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So I'll just give a background about what is happening in this chapter. So there is a conversation which is going on between the sages of Nemisharanya and just a moment. So there is a conversation which is going on between the sages of Nemisharanya and and uh, and Sut Goswami. So the sages of Nemisharanya. So there were 88,000 sages in the Nemisharanya. So for the benefit of people in general, for the benefit of the people of in general of the age of Kali, they were actually performing the sacrifice. They were actually performing the fire sacrifice. The fire sacrifice was going on for around almost 700 and 800 years. They have targeted that they will perform this fire sacrifice for around 1000 years. But almost around the experts says that 700 and 800 years were already passed away. and and they were not able to see any result which is happening. That is why if you see here, there is a in the shloka it is mentioned that they were very much uncertain about the results, like what will happen if we will perform this sacrifice. Will the result that for which we are doing it will we be getting that, or will may not be getting that, right? Because they were not able to see anything substantial results which they were getting after performing the sacrifice for 800 years. So they were very confused whether this will actually work or not work, right? So if you see what is Kali, let us try to discuss this. What is Kali actually? So actually, when Maharaj, when Krishna actually left, so if you see, I mean, you must have read this previous shlokas of this chapter, that when Krishna left this world, immediately Krishna left around 5,000 years before the Kali Yuga started. Immediately Kali Yuga started. So the Purush immediately came, and then he took shelter of Maharaj Parikshit, that I want to expand my kingdom. I want to expand in your kingdom. But Maharaj Parikshit was a great king. He was a great devotee of the Lord, and he was also very very intelligent. So he told Kali Purush that you can go and stay in the four places where these four things happen. That is, you any one of you can tell about the four regulative principles?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
The four regulative principles are meat eating, gambling, intoxication, and illicit sex.
Yeah, so we don't have to do all these four things. So Maharaj Parikshit told that, okay, you go to the place where all these four things happen. So to Kali Purush, and Kali Purush actually went around the place, went around the entire kingdom of Maharaj Parikshit, the entire Bharatvarsha. When when I say Bharatvarsha, actually at that time the entire world was known as Bharatvarsha, and he could not find any place in the kingdom of Maharaj Parikshit where these four regulative principles are being broken. But still, but still, I mean, Maharaj Parikshit gave him shelter because he knew that anyway the Kali Yuga has to come. So this same Kali Yuga, these 88,000 rishis of Naimisharanya are trying to stop so that people of the age of Kali can be protected, so that they should not be involved in all these activities. But they were not able to get any satisfaction in performing this sacrifice. So Prabhupada is giving a very nice analogy. And even if you see, actually it is very difficult to perform any sacrifice in this age of Kali. Because if you see, in this age of Kali, the Brahmanas are not pure, if you see to the heart. Earlier, if you see, in earlier times, if they have to perform sacrifice, the fire, मतलब आजकल क्या होता है, अगर आपको कुछ सेक्रीफाइस करना है तो आपको माचिस से जलाना पड़ता है ना, आग। बट पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था। पहले अगर आपको सेक्रीफाइस करना है, so brahmanas used to chant mantras, and with that mantras uh, fire used to come up. It's not that they have to, मतलब माचिस ढूंढना पड़ेगा उनको। So that much power of mantras used to be there, and that much purity in the brahmanas used to be there, that just by their words the fire used to come. So in this age of Kali, it is very difficult to find such brahmanas also, that they don't have such so much qualification only, that they'll not be able to do that. And the sages of Naimisharanya, they were very fearful that, just like many of you might be from the farming background or something, you must be knowing कि अगर हम खेती करते हैं तो उसमें मतलब क्रॉप का सक्सेस बहुत ही अनसर्टेन रहता है, बहुत सारी चीजों पे डिपेंड करता है कि सही तरीके से रेन आए या ना आए, या मे बी हो सकता है कि बहुत सारे पेट्स, मतलब बहुत सारे चूहे वगैरह या कुछ भी, इट कैन स्पॉइल द फील्ड, इट इज वेरी अनसर्टेन. So similarly, the sages of Naimisharanya, though they were performing a sacrifice, but they were very, very fearful whether what we are doing is actually correct or not correct. Okay. So I'll tell you why. Because the fire sacrifice जो पहले होते थे, they were very, very precise. Let's say आपको कोई मंडप सेट करना है, मंडप अगर है 10x12 का, एंड अगर आपने मंडप सेट कर दिया 10.1x11.1 का, it will not give you effect. Okay. It was too much precise. And there is a very nice even story which comes in the scriptures about how much precise brahmanas were to recite mantras, to recite mantras. Okay. आजकल के ब्राह्मणस तो पता नहीं मंत्रा कितना जप कर पाते हैं. If you see earlier, the sages of Naimisharanya, they were so expert. They were so expert in reciting the Vedic mantras. They were so much expert in Sanskrit. But let's take situation today. Many people, they perform sacrifice, big sacrifice, but the Brahmanas, they even don't know Sanskrit, right? So there's a very nice story of Vrittasur which comes. So but Indra wanted. Uh, I mean, in so there was a demon who had done a sacrifice to to produce Vrittasur so that he could kill Indra. But just mistake in one syllable, एक syllable में mistake हो गया जब वो उच्चारण कर रहे थे, तो उच्चारण में थोड़ा सा दीर्घ बहुत थोड़ा तेज हो गया, मतलब दैट, मतलब उनने छोटी की मात्रा की जगह बड़ी की लगा दी, ऐसा समझो थोड़ा। जस्ट बाय दिस मिस्टेक, जो इंदिरा को मारने चाहते थे, उस सेक्रीफाइस से एक ऐसा पर्सन प्रोड्यूस हुआ जो कि इंदिरा द्वारा मारा जाएगा। सो दैट मच प्रिसाइज रिसाइटेशन शुड बी। बट हम आजकल देखते हैं कि जो ब्राह्मण होते हैं उनको भी मतलब नहीं पता होता है कि वो कौन से मंत्र का उच्चारण कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, सो दैट इज वाई इन दिस एज ऑफ कली द फायर सेक्रीफाइस इज विल नॉट गिव यू दैट मच इफेक्ट। ओके, दैट इज व्हाट इवन सेजेस ऑफ नैमिषारण्य आर टेलिंग, कि वी आर वेरी वेरी अनसर्टेन अबाउट हमें इसका रिजल्ट मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा। ओके, सो दैट इज वाई इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इवन इसको एक बहुत अच्छी एनालॉजी से भी समझ सकते हैं। लेट्स से देयर इज एन इलेक्ट्रिशियन and there is a very expert electrician. He may be an electrician for maybe a couple of years, maybe 50-60 years or something, right? So he is very confident कि अरे ये तार खो गया है, ये तार कट गया है, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव ऐसे ऐसे लगा दो, ऐसे ऐसे लगा दो, हो जाएगा। तो वो बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट है, उसने ना कुछ ग्लव्स व्लव्स नहीं पहने, उसने कुछ जूते भी नहीं पहने, वो बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट है कि मैं तो कर दूंगा, ये तो इतने सालों से कर रहा हूँ, तो क्या दिक्कत है। बट अगर छोटा सा भी मिस्टेक हो गया उससे, लेट से उसने पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव टर्मिनल्स को मिला दिया, तो वहीं उसका भी हरी बोल हो जाएगा। समझ रहे हो? सो जस्ट बाय अ स्मॉल मिस्टेक, सो सिमिलरली द सैक्रिफाइसेस वर दैट इवन अ लिटिल मिस्टेक, उसका कोई इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा, राइट? सो सो देयर आर थ्री थिंग्स, राइट? द ब्राह्मणस आर नॉट प्योर, द ingredients आर नॉट प्योर, even in this age of Kali. Is Are ingredients pure? We all know very well, like India with especially, there are lot of research which shows even I have one of my friends sitting, Jatin Prabhu, so he is a very very nice researcher in this field only, that how इंडिया में हर चीज कैसे इतना ज्यादा पॉल्यूटेड है। सो everything is polluted. Even if you see, when these brahmanas they perform fire sacrifice, they order ghee from outside, this Amul ghee and all that. So this is all polluted. Even one devotee was telling me once that he was once called to one yajna, and they were sitting there in yajna, and and वो पैकेट वाला ना घी उन्होंने फाड़ा, तो वो बोले कि हम पैकेट जो है ना, घी जो होता है ना बहुत इजीली मेल्ट हो जाता है ना। एक तो पहले गर्मी था तब भी वो जमा हुआ था, फिर उसके बाद वो थोड़ा पास में लेके गए आके, तब भी वो पिघल नहीं रहा था। हम्म, तो वो आग में पूरा घी डाल दिए, वो घी ऐसा था कि तब भी नहीं पिघल रहा था, बल्कि उसने आग को ही बुझा दिया। So this is the quality of ingredients that we are using in Kali Yuga, and how we'll be able to attain the perfection. So that is what actually sages of Naimisharanya are telling us. Ki if you see here, what they are telling, that they have performed sacrifice from last 700 and 800 years. उनके मुंह काले हो गए हैं, उनका पूरा धुआं निकलने लग गया है सब जगह से, पर कुछ भी इफेक्ट नहीं दिख रहा। बट when when Sut Goswami is telling all the sages of Naimisharanya about Krishna, about the activities of the Krishna, so immediately उनको बहुत अच्छा लगने लग गया। इवन उनको ऐसा तो बिल्कुल अच्छा लग ही नहीं रहा था 400-700 सालों से, मतलब वो जब वो परफॉर्म करे 700-800 सालों से, जस्ट बाय हियरिंग अबाउट कृष्णा फ्रॉम देम, they have felt satisfied. Just like Prabhupada is giving an analogy in the purport, that अगर कोई भूखा इंसान है, अगर आप उसको खाना खिलाएंगे, तो किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं कि उसको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिल जाएगा। So similarly, when sages of Naimisharanya heard this message of Lord, उनके pastime सुने, immediately they got self-satisfied. They got very much satisfied in their heart. Okay, so this is very important point to note, that they got immediately satisfied in their heart, and that is what even in this age of Kali we have to understand that मतलब यज्ञ does not mean कि पूरा मतलब यज्ञ वेदी होगी, ये होगा वो होगा, यज्ञ मतलब ये नहीं होता. What is actual meaning of yajna? If you read chapter 4, Krishna is vividly describing about what is yajna. Yajna means any action which satisfies Krishna is yajna. Any action which satisfies Vishnu is yajna. Okay. So that is meaning of yajna. There are different kinds of yajna: karma yajna, jnana yajna, bhakti yajna. So a lot of yajnas are there. Okay. So that is real meaning of yajna. And Krishna says, if you read um, 10th chapter, that in the one shloka, Krishna says that uh, if if I yajna nam apo japo asmin, like Krishna says that among all the yajnas, which yajna he is japa. So that is why in this age of Kali, if you actually want to perform yajna, so what is best form of yajna is to perform the holy name of the Lord. भगवान का नाम जप ही इस युग में best form of yajna है. Right? That is why in our scriptures again and again it is emphasized Harer Nama eva kevalam kalu nasti eva katiranyatha. There is no other way, no other way, no other way than performing or chanting and reciting the holy name of the Lord. That is why we are very fortunate that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the mercy of all the great acharyas, we have got this opportunity. By mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have got this Sankirtan moment. Otherwise, you see, people are suffering. If we can see it around our own self, people are performing so many things. People may be performing many big yajnas, but they are not at all happy in their heart. Okay? But whereas we can see easily with the devotees of the Lord, right? They are very happy, right? They are very happy. That is why they want to extend so much that they have dedicated their life so that they can help others because they have got the satisfaction in the heart. That is why they want to give that satisfaction to others. Otherwise, I mean, why they are working so tirelessly, selflessly for us? I mean, there is no need. Actually, there is no need. I mean, if you see in this world, everyone is working for their own self-interest, but they are working so hard. They don't have anything. Neither they are expecting any money from you, neither they are expecting something out of it. But the satisfaction they have got while chanting the holy names of the Lord, they want to give it to others. Right? That we can very easily see in the devotees. Right? So yeah, and one more thing that we can learn from here, that you can see here that all the cities of Naimisharanya, especially Shaunakesha was the lead among all the sages of Naimisharanya, they are telling the real situation to his guru, Suta Goswami. Right? They are considering Suta Goswami as their spiritual master, and they are telling the truth actually to the teacher that हमने बहुत धक्के खा लिए, हमने बहुत ज्यादा सेक्रीफाइस कर दिया, ये वो कर दिया, बट हमें कुछ रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहा इसका. Only when you started telling us about the holy name of the Lord, तभी हमें कुछ इफेक्ट दिख रहा है. So that is why we can learn one more thing from here, that a student should be very true in front of their teacher. बहुत ज्यादा superficial नहीं होना चाहिए हमें, है ना? We should be very transparent in our dealings with our teachers. ना कि हमें अपने आप को सुपर हीरो दिखाना चाहिए, है ना? आई एम अ सुपर हीरो and I am a very great devotee in front of my teacher. we should be very, very humble in front of our superiors. And we should always be in a serving mood. And we should always inquire from them. Okay. Not that, even it is said in Nectar of Instruction that Dathati Pratigrihnati Ghuyam Akhyati Prichhati Bhunte Bhunjayate Cheva Shadbir Bhakti Prasidati. If you actually if you actually want to progress in bhakti, then you should take care of two things. Especially there are six things mentioned, but especially in this context we can learn two things. That one thing is, there should be someone in our life, some senior in our life, or some teacher in our life, to whom we should always share whatever our real situation is, and we should inquire from him that, Prabhu, I'm struggling with this, how can I come out of this? Yeah. I'm struggling with this problem, how can I come out of this? So this should always be our mood. Otherwise, it's very difficult to progress only. You see, if all the sages of Naimisharanya would have not asked Suta Goswami about how we can come out of this, they would have performed the sacrifice for 1,000 years. They would have not got anything, right? So similarly, we may be struggling with so many things. If we'll not ask our seniors, if we'll not tell them about our real situation, we will go on doing whatever we are doing. We will not be able to progress at all. So that is why we should always ask our seniors about, uh, you know, honestly, about those problems that we have, about our mindset, what is going on in our mindset, that Prabhu, this is going on. Or maybe you see, so many, if you open the YouTube, so many bad things are going on in the society. Anything can trigger us, anything can, make us agitated. But we should discuss honestly with our seniors that, Prabhu, I'm disturbed by seeing this. Please tell me, how can I come out of this? So that is a very practical, I think, application that we can learn from here. And obviously, we can learn that ultimately, if we want to actually achieve the perfection, it is the holy name of the Lord which can actually give us that. Nothing else in this age of Kali. Okay. I think with this I can conclude. It's already 7:30. And if you have any questions, you can ask definitely. I'm happy to answer. कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप पूछिए.
हरे कृष्णा, किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं. ओके प्रभु जी, सो आई थिंक कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है.
हाँ,
तो
कोई बात नहीं.
ठीक है, थैंक यू प्रभु जी अपना समय देने के लिए. और
No
प्रभु
worries.
जी, निवेदन मतलब विल रिक्वेस्ट कि आगे भी मतलब आपको ऐसे तकलीफ देते रहेंगे हम लोग. सो प्लीज जॉइन अस.
हाँ हाँ, definitely. It's my fortune, bro. Please.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
वैष्णव